Hey guys, you've joined us live at Moneycontrol. I'm Manisha Gupta, and good news for the markets for this year that it's going to be a normal monsoon. At least that is what the preliminary forecast from Skymet tell us. Let's go to the man himself then. And joining us now is Mr. G P Sharma from Skymet. Mr. Sharma, hi. That's one bout of good news in a year where you're looking at inflation concerns, in election as well. A good monsoon can definitely be music to ears.
Yes, Manisha. See, we follow the timelines at Skymet, and as you recollect, last year we had given the foreshadow of the monsoon that's in the first week of January, and this time also around same time, 12th of January, we had come out with our foreshadow. Okay, idea is to give a lead time to the farming community and also the supply chain, those ventures, which need months of lead time to plan their inventory and other things. Okay, so that is what we keep in mind and issue the initial forecast. The comprehensive forecast, obviously, that we always come out with, but sometime in mid-April or so. But then the initial indications, as we shared on public domain, that it's going to be a normal monsoon. We also have said that it's going to be a decent monsoon because the normal monsoon covers almost about 8%, 96 to 104% of long period average. That it's going to be on the better side of the normal. That's what we forecast this time at the monsoon 2024. Yes.
Mr. Sharma, some numbers would be great here. I know this is still early years, still early time though. But what is the probability right now of a normal monsoon and not so normal monsoon, in case you have worked on that too?
See, as I said earlier, you see the data collection, compilation, computation, analytics. It's a tedious process. It's a long drawn process also. It processes on. And it goes on even right till the time we issue the first forecast, comprehensive forecast in the mid-April. But then there are some leads, there are some precursors. Basically, the oceans around us, they give us some indications that as to how are they going to behave. We know that last year was marked by El Niño, which dragged the monsoon 2023 to below normal as predicted by the Skymet. Okay, and that process, that phenomena, the weather disturbing pattern phenomena, El Niño, it is likely to soften. Though it's going strong even right now also. Okay, but then after around the spring barrier, which we have in the month of April, May or so, there are indications that it should softening very soon. And by the time the monsoon arrives, we should be somewhere in between the neutral conditions. Okay, the model indications are showing that possibly we will have some La Nina component also, but that's towards the later part of the season as such. You see, we must exercise a caution because the lead time for these weather models, anything more than 4 months should be taken with a caution. So we go with that. But then at the same time, there are indications that we should have a decent season this time. Yeah.
So, Mr. Sharma, in layman's language, what you're saying is that the El Niño threat isn't as much right now, and the conditions seem to be improving for a normal monsoon going forward.
El Niño threat will be over. Okay, that there is no doubt on that. There's far from over. It's over. And as I said, the neutral condition also, that will be early in the season. And then as we go towards the end of the season, maybe September or so, we see an element of La Nina also, which is favoring the monsoon rain. So that also should come in. The other aspects, like we keep talking about the Indian Ocean dipole, which saved actually the last monsoon. Otherwise, it would have gone to a drought with a strong El Nino. But then Indian Ocean dipole came to the rescue, and then at least we ended up with a below normal monsoon. So this time also, the oceans are favoring. Indian Ocean also is favoring. If nothing else, at least it should be neutral. If not contributing significantly, but it is not going to play a spoil sport. It is not going to spoil the monsoon as such. Neutral condition along with the neutral El Nino or neutral conditions in the Pacific and La Nina coming up at the end of the season. All this augurs well for the season, entire season, I will say. Even the onset also should be good. It should be timely. And the spread of the distribution of monsoon rainfall, which is of more of concern to the farmers, that also should be decent as what we have had in the earlier years during such conditions as well. Yeah.
Mr. Sharma, last year we did see that IMD for that reason has changed the definition of normal. I mean, we do know that the new normal is slightly on the lower side. Are we looking at those numbers as a reflection?
You see, monsoon rainfall is definitely changing, and we take stock of every 10 years. It's based on the data of almost about 50, 60 years, okay, long period average. But then when the decade gets over, you add the fresh decade and take out the previous one. And that is how these average, they keep changing. If you remember earlier, it used to be 889 millimeter season's rainfall. It has dropped now to 868. It's a significant drop. Okay, it's more than about a 20 millimeter of rainfall. It's a phenomenon. It's a great. But then keeping this in mind also, the forecast caters for keeping these factors also, whether it's El Nino, La Nina, or the IOD, and keeping this long period average of 868 millimeter of rainfall, we expect it to be normal. And what matters most is the core monsoon months, that is July and August. Okay, the comprehensive forecast, as I said, we give in the month of April, but by then the Rabi crop season is almost getting over. Either the harvest is going on, or it's getting completed. Time for sowing comes for the Kharif as such. So therefore, early leads are always better for the farming community, as I said earlier. Sometime in the month of April, more authentic forecast, distribution-wise also, the time lines also, month-wise also, and that will facilitate further all these inventory managements. Yes.
Oh, well, absolutely, Mr. Sharma. We will touch base with you yet again in April, as and when you come with a more detailed forecast for the current monsoon. But it is good to know, as you said, the lead is always important here, and a normal monsoon is absolutely music to the ears. Thank you so much for joining us, taking your time on Money Control today.